discussions with the Indian, with the Commonwealth, with CARICOM, and the whole world is on our side.
President Dr. Irfaan Ali and several other officials visited Region 1 Barima Waini on Thursday as part of the president's commitment to meet directly with residents and engage them on whatever concerns they might have with Venezuela's aggressions. Now, the president made it clear in every single one of his engagements with all of the residents that they have nothing to fear because the government is doing all that it can to protect the country's territorial integrity and sovereignty. Now, that means, based on what the president said, that the government is engaging all of its bilateral partners, all of the international organizations that it can possibly engage, and seeking recourse at the International Court of Justice. And while that's happening, the president made it clear that they're also beefing up the Guyana Defense Force and the Guyana Police Force so that we have local capacity to deal with anything, not leaving anything to chance.
We all, as one people, one nation, one destiny. All of us as one Guyana understand clearly that Essequibo belongs to Guyana. There is no doubt about that. We are very clear that Essequibo belongs to Guyana. We have the full assurances of the international community that they will not allow anyone to take the eyes and pass us. They will not allow Venezuela to act in a reckless way. We are a peaceful people. Our pursuit is peace. We want to and we continue to encourage Venezuela to follow international law, to work in the confines of the International Court of Justice, and to ensure that they comply with international law. But we too have to ensure that we don't fall prey to the narrative, that we don't succumb to the propaganda of Venezuela. And that propaganda and that narrative of Venezuela is to drive fear. It's to drive fear among our people. Whilst we're all working towards the objective of resolving this controversy peacefully, we're not taking anything for granted. That is why the activities you're seeing by the Guyana Defense Force, that is part of our overall strategy. It is nothing to be alarmed about.
Following the president's engagements, members of the communities he visited spoke about how reassuring it was to hear from the president of Guyana, who's also the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. According to them, that sort of engagement with the president and government officials is exactly what is needed to help them overcome their concerns and have faith in all that the government is doing.
What the president was saying is something I've been preaching to persons throughout the community since this issue started. And I surely believe in what the president said, that pay attention only to official messages coming from the government and stop looking on social media. Because that's something that the people in Port Kaituma relies on to get information. So I had to go around and let some people know that the information on social media is not 100% true.
I am pleased that the president has visited Region 1 to, give us an update on what is going on around us and also our entire country. And I think from his visit, the residents are much more comfortable and they're happy.
Of course, Venezuela's aggressions were not the only thing the president discussed, but naturally it was the center of attention, given Venezuela is pursuing a referendum on December 3 that many fear may pave the way for that country to possibly annex part of Guyana's territory. That is, the Essequibo region that the country is claiming, even though the border between Guyana and Venezuela was settled more than 100 years ago. Guyana is currently before the International Court of Justice seeking a final binding settlement that indeed the Essequibo region belongs to Guyana and that the 1899 arbitral award has already established the boundary between Guyana and Venezuela. Reporting for the newsroom in Port Kaituma Region 1, I'm Vishani Ragobeer.